Okay, take two. Hi everybody. I was gonna shoot this video a little earlier today when the sun wasn't blazing down on me, and now I'm sweating. It is May 21st, I believe. It's Memorial Day weekend. And I shot a video yesterday on how to seed start in ground in your garden, and in preparation of all the rain that's about to come next week. I don't want my seeds to wash away, because that's usually what happens when you put some seeds in the ground. They tend to kind of move around and go where the flow of water goes. The problem with that is you don't know where your seeds end up, and then you'll have like some volunteer plants over there that you planted over there, and I'm trying to avoid that this year. I have never planted okra, and I'm excited to grow it. I'm excited to cook it and eat it. Found some great recipes online through YouTube, and so I really want to have some productive plants. So I have my okra seeds soaking overnight. They say to soak them for 24 hours, so that's what I'm going to do. But I have dug holes in the ground, and then I actually took these pots, these planter pots. I cut the bottom out of them, and I can make them smaller, as you can see. I can make them skinnier or fatter to conform to the hole that I have in the ground. Now I'm going to slip this into the ground just like this, and it goes all the way deep. I'm going to leave the ground level to here so that I have a lip over the top. I'm going to put my potting mix in there, my grow medium in there, where I'm going to put the seed, and then I'm going to put 2 or 3 seeds inside this bucket. Now once they germinate and they sprout, I'll get 2 or 3 little plants if they stay inside the little pool that I'm going to make so they don't get washed away. And then I'll thin them out and keep the best one. And then once it gets a couple inches tall, I'll be very careful, and it'll be easy to lift this bucket out of the ground. It'll still have the earth bed around it, and it'll have my grow medium in the middle, and then I can pull this apart and it will not disturb the plant. So that is what my goal is. That is what my plan is for this whole thing, and I have no idea if it's going to work. I don't have a clue, but you want it to establish its roots inside this bucket first, and then yank out the cup and then let it adhere to the earth bed. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Give me 1 second and let me get it started, and then I'll come back and show you what I did. Okay, I finished. So now they're in the ground. It's hot, and it's the spring. It's crazy out here. So I put them in the ground. Let me flip the camera around. Here we go. So that's my first bucket. Again, it's that whole bucket in the ground without the bottom. I cut the side so that it is actually not connected, but it is doubled up in here to be a little bit smaller. Oh, my neighbor with his Mustang and his loud car. Awesome. And then the okra seed is right in here. So now when it rains, I pray that the seed won't run away. And I did it in this bucket too. He's got another okra seed in here, a couple of okra seeds in there, a couple okra seeds in there, a couple in there, and a couple in there. My okra seeds, spaced them out about 2 feet apart. I guess I've never grown them before, but when I watch Roots and Refuge Farm, she said that they grow to be like okra trees, which I gave them at least 2 feet of space. And then I also planted them, if you could see, right on the edge of my garden. As you can see, there's a little tiny fence there to keep the dog out from stepping on stuff. But I put them on the edge. These onions are actually on their way out. These are actually onions that I had in the ground from last summer, and they overwinterized, and now they're flowering. I've never had an onion flower before, so that's awesome news. Now I can actually save these, and I have no idea what kind of onion's going to be in the ground because they've been in there since last year, so I have no idea what to expect. It is taking up a lot of real estate in my garden because I don't have very big of a garden. So I was actually planning on yanking them all out of the ground, and then one morning I woke up and saw that they were flowering. So now I can't do that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave them in the ground until they flower. Then I'll harvest the seeds out of the flowers, because that's red, yellow, and white onion. And then once I'm able to harvest off those flowers, I'll yank them out of the ground and put something fancy in there for the fall. But that's what I wanted to share with you about the okra. So I did that today. I think it said 14 days to germinate for okra seeds. So we'll see what happens. I mean, gardening is an experiment. It's a learning experiment for me, and I have no problems planting something and having it mess up. So I'm so happy you joined me today. Hope that these little tips that I share with you are helpful for you in your garden and growing food. We all have to do that these days, and pay more attention to what we're putting into our bodies. So that's it for now, and hopefully you will join me on the next video. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and God bless.